Asterisk 30 days. No Instagram. No reels. No stories. No explore page. Nothing. And I want to be honest with you. The first 3 days were actually painful. Not uncomfortable. Painful. Like something was missing. Like I'd lost a friend I never actually liked. But by day 7, something shifted. And by day 30, I didn't recognize the person I had become. What happened to my brain in those 30 days is something nobody warned me about. And after this video, you'll understand why. Before I tell you what changed, I need you to understand what Instagram was actually doing to me. Because I had no idea. And neither do you. Not really. Every time I opened Instagram, my brain released a tiny hit of dopamine. Not because the content was good, but because it was novelty. That's all it took. And I was doing this 42, 60 times a day, without counting, without noticing. Just reflex. Wake up. Instagram. Waiting in line. Instagram. Ads break on TV. Instagram. Lying in bed at 1 a.m. Instagram. Each time a hit, each hit lowering my baseline. Each lowered baseline making real life feel a little more gray, a little more quiet, a little more not enough. Day 1 was fine. I felt productive, proud even. Day 2, I kept reaching for my phone. Opening it, closing it, opening it again. My thumb literally moved on its own. Muscle memory. Day 3, I felt genuinely irritable, restless, bored in a way I hadn't felt in years. And that boredom, I now know, was my brain screaming for dopamine it was no longer getting. Day 5, the urge started fading. Day 7, something strange happened. I sat outside for 20 minutes. No phone, no music, nothing. And for the first time in years, I actually noticed the world around me. The sounds, the light, the air. I'd forgotten that feeling existed. By week 2, my mornings changed completely. I used to wake up and immediately check Instagram. Now I woke up and lay still, just thinking. And the thoughts were clear, not anxious, not scattered. Clear. My concentration at work improved noticeably. I started finishing things I started. I read 2 books in 2 weeks, something I hadn't done in 3 years. Sleep improved dramatically. I was falling asleep faster, waking up more rested. Food started tasting better. I'm not exaggerating. A simple home-cooked meal hit differently. Your brain isn't flooded with cheap stimulation all day. By day 15, I stopped missing Instagram. That shocked me more than anything. Week 3 is when people around me noticed, not what I was doing, but how I was showing up. More present in conversations, actually listening, not just waiting to speak. Less reactive, less anxious. I had opinions again, strong ones, clear ones. Not ones shaped by what I'd seen in a feed that morning. By day 30, I sat down and tried to remember what I used to look at on Instagram for 3 hours a day. I genuinely couldn't remember a single thing. 3 hours a day. Gone. Into content that left no trace. No memory, no value, no growth, just time evaporated. What I experienced has a neurological explanation. When you remove a constant dopamine source, your brain begins to upregulate. It builds more receptors. It raises its baseline sensitivity. Smaller things start triggering bigger responses. This is called dopamine recovery, and research shows it begins within 2 weeks of removing the addictive stimulus. 2 weeks, that's all it takes to start feeling alive again. So here's what I want you to do. Not 30 days. Not yet. Start with 7.7 days without Instagram. Keep a note on your phone. Write down what you notice about your mood, your focus, your sleep. Then come back here and tell me in the comments, because I promise you, by day 7, you will feel something shift. If you want to understand more about what social media is doing to your brain, subscribe. We publish the science of attention and focus every week. And watch our last video on the dopamine trap, because it connects directly to everything we just talked about. The link is on screen right now. 30 days. One decision, a completely different brain. Are you brave enough to try?